Hi, this is Brian McHenry, McHenry Software. What you're looking at right now is just my first project that's included with the software, just a demonstration of the 3D capabilities and a simple intersection collision. What we're going to show in this video is how you can compare 2D and 3D. And we have a couple of new tools that we've added that you can also include 3D simulations from other projects, but we're going to do it just in this project for now. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, we can run this to the end, or it doesn't matter what, but we're going to go ahead and say, let's create from simulated vehicle 1 an animated path. It says okay, and you notice over here it has it's already everything's set and it saves the tire tracks. Then let's say, let's also do that for vehicle 2. And it says okay. Now when you run this in 3D, because they're both 3D, they look the same. So now let's go to 2D. Let's go ahead and look at this overhead first. So here's the overhead of it. And let's go, since we've already created the animated ones, if you notice, you check here, it'll say select each one. But now we're going to go and we're going to go to a project of basically the same input file. But we're going to say, go ahead and close and run that simulation in 2D. Notice the name is 2D. So I want to make that red, make it, and say close and run 2D. So now I run it in 2D. And you'll see in 3D, we see the old, there's the 3D, and there's the 2D. And what you notice is that it's up on the initial 0 plane. Let's go ahead and look at it overhead. I can just manually do this. See, here they hit, and you notice following similar paths, but not following the terrain. Well, that's another thing we can do. And now we're going to go in the same input file, but we call it follow terrain. And before we do this, before we close it, we're just going to close and reload existing path. And if we click on this vehicle, we go down here and you see the follow terrain. You say click to follow terrain. And on this one, we say click to follow terrain. Now when we run 3D, or 2D, this is in 2D. Let's go down to ground level. You see that the 2D follows the 3D terrain, but it does not roll, obviously, because it's only 2D. And of course, the drag is based on what is the drag on each tire versus this is a roll drag. I happen to set the drag so it would be approximately the same as rolling. This is a quick and simple way to compare vehicles. Obviously, we could say, first let's go to overhead. See, they follow similar paths, but when rolling, it's a different drag than when with simple tires. But the one vehicle follows a similar path. Let's go back down to here. And now we could easily change the color, like make the either one. You notice you have for the animation or the simulation. Now we notice for the animation or for the simulation, you can change the colors. Here, to change the colors for the simulation, you go here. And to change the color for the animation, it comes up and it's right down here. And then you also have an option if you forgot to follow terrain, you can tell it to follow terrain for 2D in here. One other option that you want to know is if you want to use a CSV file, if you click and say write CSV calc file, it's writing it, and then you want to say that for vehicle 1, 2. Then we can go out into that directory. If we look the latest modified, these CSV, which is the same as our normal CSV, but it'll have the elevation for a 2D. So it's 2D follow 3D, and it's just got calc under it, V1 calc. So this has been a quick demonstration of how to compare 2D and 3D, and then how to make 2D follow the 3D terrain on this very simple rollover example, which comes with the software called My First Project. More to come soon. Thank you, and have a good day.